Indeed. All right, well, let's get into this, guys. We're back. We're back all the way in what would have been a round 1 game, but got delayed here to the end of the day. This is AR versus MEMES in Group 8.
Gotta go back in time.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I know. I love that song, man. Little Huey Lewis to end the day here. All right, Zath, talk to me about the AR lineup. What are we looking at?
I'm so glad that you asked, because I'm already looking that way. We've got an Ohio and a Yamato for our battleships. And for cruisers, they've chosen to bring an extra cruiser. We've got a Nevsky, a Moskva, a Des Moines, a Salem, and a Yoshino, and then a Gearing and a Daring to round off the destroyers.
Indeed. Both teams opting for a 5-cruiser lineup here on North. From the south, MEMES bringing Montana and Kremlin, Nevsky, Des Moines, Stalingrad, and Salem with the little T-Rex radar, as we like to say. And then rounding things out with a Gearing and a Z-52. Valtiel still in the Z-52 here on North, Zath.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember. Did he win that game he was in when we covered it before?
They did not. Remember, MEMES lost that game. MEMES lost the game.
Yeah, that's
Valtiel got really aggressive. He pushed way through the middle of the board. Do you remember?
Yep, that was against CCTV on Islands of Ice. Yep.
Correct. He ended up losing to the Z-52 torpedo he took in the stern. So...
Right. Look at this maneuver, though. Look at him just going deep into sea like this. This is super aggressive. Not sure I like it, but he's turning. He's spotted the Ohio for his team. I love that space camel, by the way. And what are you laughing at over there, sir?
My chat. The people, people are like, I don't remember seeing this many ads before. I'm like, we do this all the time. If you've watched King of the Sea on my channel in the last year and a half, you are seeing, and you haven't seen this many ads, it's because you haven't been paying attention or you've been a sub. It's that simple.
Yeah,
anyway,
I need to apologize. I've forgotten to do some of mine.
Fine.
Rift Pro, beautiful dodge by that Des Moines there, Rift Pro.
Yeah,
both
bounced most of that.
AP shells from, I think it was the Yoshino, maybe Nevsky, and the Yamato as well. Good dodging, but he should never have been in the position to be shot at anyways. From that
he's in a very aggressive position here on the bottom end of the B cap. He's kind of mirroring Skid Row's position on the top end. Ripro taking one where he's going to be pointed out of the cap. Valtiel in a gunfight with the Daring. No. Yikes. Okay. Radared by the Des Moines in a gunfight with the Daring. That's not a place I would want to be in as F-52, right? The Daring, his guns are pretty good, and he's got heels and you don't. So why court that advantage early?
But Valtiel is being radared right now, so he might as well shoot. He's detected anyways.
Yeah.
And you can see he's not shooting anymore. So he shot the first salvo because it's that 20-second time, and he knows he's going to be detected for about another 20 seconds.
Yeah, but he just gave up half his health. I mean,
but that's not because he shot his guns. That's because he was out of position. He was too aggressive early on. Skid Row caught him because of that as a result, and then he lost half his hit points. That's a him problem.
Fair. That's true. You're not wrong about that. All right, so we're looking at MEMES. They're onto the A cap now. Don't believe there's going to be anything that AR can do about that. Actually, Grand War is just inside Manco's radar range. There comes the radar. They're going to just barely catch Grand War. But the Kremlin is absolutely going to tell the Nevsky what he thinks about this garbage. Good hit on Grand War from the Nevsky. Wow. But Silverstorm's Kremlin, come on. I'm waiting for the shot on these guys.
Oh,
they're just wrecking.
Too.
They're wrecking Grand War's Gearing right here. They took away over half his HP in a matter of seconds. And the battleships,
the power of that one radar.
The battleships never bothered to respond by firing at the radar cruiser. That feels bad. In fact, Silverstorm's stern turret now going in on Skid Row's Des Moines over here north of the B cap.
Meanwhile, we've got Death Snail versus Island Camping going on at C cap.
4 minutes in, lots of jockeying for position, lots of health disappearing. Nobody owning the cap circle yet.
Bad spot. There it is. Redneck tuba. Oh my God, we need that sad tuba sound right now.
Redneck moved up too far, and the Ohio punished him for it. Rainmaker just pummeling him with his main battery there. 18-inch shells all over the place.
That's right, and you know, keep honking, I'm reloading. You know he
Yeah,
is.
now he's on double fires from the Ohio secondaries as the Salem is all over him as well.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Zath, if I'm that Ohio, I might seriously be
Yes.
considering kind of pushing in, right? They know where the gearing is. They know where this F-52 is. What's going to stop? What's going to slow down a battleship push at this point?
Did you
The Mon-
notice he's exactly doing just
I
that?
mean,
He's hitting full W.
the Montana's position kind of in down here on the 6 line is relevant, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be in a position to do something to the Ohio, but if you angle the Ohio well enough, it's not gonna be significant. He can get up here and punch these cruisers in the nose.
And Mayhem is looking right there, and you can see that's the Transformers Collaboration 1 camouflage with Optimus Prime and turret number 2. You're welcome.
I feel like Menor Draco is in your chat going, "Hey buddy, checks in the mail. No problem. We got you covered. We got you covered. We got your what's the word? Your share. There we go. Your share's on the way.
My cut's coming.
Your cut. There it is. That's right. Your cut of the profits.
I'm sorry. I love Transformers so much. To see Optimus Prime in battle is fantastic. I just wish that they put the trailer in battle too, because it's only available in port.
You and Cinema, right? You and Cinnamon out of the EU office, the new
Cinnamon?
guy they hired.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a massive Transformers super nerd.
He's even nerdier than I am when it comes to Transformers.
He
just
really
a heads
is.
up.
It was a little terrifying to watch that stream. Anyways,
Now
back
look
to the
at
game.
Rainmaker continuing to push around, knowing that he really doesn't have much to threaten him other than a Montana.
Yeah, the Des Moines is not a threat. He's gonna get up here and punch. He's gonna get up here and punch Brandy
Now,
in the nose, just like
This
sock him.
this part is important. Look at Bruhasias as Moskva. Brilliant decision to stop and beach.
Yep.
Because he has to wait for the Ohio to get through. If he comes through first, he's going to come in out broadside and he will get slapped to oblivion. Rainmaker is going to make it rain for Redneck, though.
He's going to try.
His
bow turrets are already in position. Now, Brandy's been fighting this very well. He's been putting full pins into Rainmaker's bow. They take out the Salem. Here comes the rest of it going into Brandy. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Look at that salvo.
That's what I was just going to mention.
Yeah.
Look at that triple death pick right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But what Rain was waiting on purpose. He wanted to kill the other ship with his secondaries and kill the other ship with his mains. And he almost did that.
He almost got it. But I mean, what a great trade. You traded a battleship for 2 super critical heavy radar cruisers. Like, that is a really good trade if you're AR. It's going to leave them in total control of this cap. David's gearing is going to come in from the 9 line and pick this cap up. That's going to allow them to balance things out with the A cap that they don't own over to the west.
Yeah. It's a great trade. I only wish that he would have been full W instead of taking that slow creeping time, because he as you mentioned, he lost so much health to getting AP penned in his nose.
Yeah, he lost a ton of HP just getting up to that position, but the timing works out. And AR makes a good trade with their battleship. It might feel a little bad right now, but I still feel like they came out okay.
Right.
The B cap is where all the action is for the moment, or at least where all the drama is. You've got Bonks' F-52 and Ripro's Des Moines, both at about half health, working the bottom end of the cap. Skid Row and Gran Eureka's Daring on the top end, much healthier.
Oh, yeah. I would say, though, that the B-cap fight is more of a Sitzkrieg right now. I think that they're in position, but they're just... Both sides are just kind of waiting to see what happens to the other side here for some sort of decisiveness. And, of course, that happened over at C-cap. So I'm sure now Memes is saying, we got to make something happen. And Valtail now detected for a second.
Well, that's because Des Moines, Skid Row has got his radar up, I think, or if he doesn't, he will soon.
He does. He just popped
Somebody's got their radar up on Valtiel. I think it might actually be the Moskva radar.
Bruhasias is Moskva, I think I saw.
It is, Brohasius has got Valtiel locked up on radar at this point. Val's going to skip away on about 5,000 HP. Not a great trade there.
It's not, but Gran Eureka's Daring has equally gotten slapped.
Yeah, he got slapped pretty good.
Too.
It is. He's healed some of it back, but he's definitely going to have to rotate back off the cap for a bit. He's still lit. Ripro's Des Moines has still got him locked up on radar. He's not out of there yet. He's finally behind some cover. And he's finally just lost detection on him. So still, though, Memes is working about a 30-point lead here. as we approach the halfway mark of the match. This is still anybody's game to win.
And as you mentioned, it's do or die for both teams.
It really is. They both teams desperately need this win if they want to advance into day 3. Or day 3, because day 2 is only for the other groups. So now it's a question of how are they going to make this happen, Zath? Let's look at the whole map here. If you're AR, put me in the head of the AR caller. What are you thinking? What's your play?
AR is all about dealing with C. Now, interestingly enough, did you see how AR moved their ships out of C and they're redeploying to B, but from the north?
Yes.
That's questionable, but I guess they're afraid of a Montana with Nevsky in support. So I don't like that. I would have rather pushed my ships down.
They're gonna get Valtiel, I think, Zath. He's on 290 HP. Goodness.
Yep. So for AR, obviously their play is going to be B, and they're trying to position their ships to attack B from both sides, north and from east. I don't know that I agree with that personally. Brahasius there goes. Moskva's a great shot.
Big kill.
And notice as well, he can keep moving with his bow forward on Mr. Mayhem's Montana, and he really doesn't care too much. So that's a pretty strong position for him.
However, if you look to while he's in this gap, the Kremlin might have a shot. Does Silverstorm see it? He does not. Silverstorm's guns aren't even looking that way. And by now he's missed the shot.
Too late. Brahasius,
too late now.
Full W, just got right across there. And now look at Repro. He's going to go down. We're going to just do a preemptive rip for him.
Yeah, Ripro, he's going to lose his ship here. The Moskva, somebody's going to get him. There it is. Big Moskva push through this gap here on the 6 line. Really pays off big for AR. They move out to well over 150-point lead with 8.5 minutes to play here in a do-or-die game for both teams.
Yeah, so I don't like the decision to at least pull the gearing. He could have stayed out there and torpedoed the hell out of the Mayhem.
Well,
the gearing is...
They're trying to get on the B cap, I think.
Right, but the gearing is so far back... I don't know that it's worth waiting all this time for the gearing just to get in position to go in when you've got 2 radar cruisers. Well, technically 3 radar cruisers in the area.
And you've got a 3-ship lead. Now, Brahasius is going to take a big hit from Mayhem's Montana right there. Not able to angle very well to that, and it's going to end up costing him his ship. But he's certainly made the most of his time in this position, claiming a couple of big kills along the way.
Yep, there he goes. Grand War in the gearing is also on his way out, but he's... Oh my goodness, he managed to dodge all of that. Now, go back to that Des Moines encounter. One of the things that was brilliant by the Des Moines is he actually citadeled Brahasius' Moskva because the Moskva had over-angled to the Montana, and as a result, lost a good chunk of hit points that I'm sure he would have loved to have had just later.
Mayhem's going to be able to step into C and pick that cap up if he wants to. On the other end of the map, Grand Eureka's already picking up the A cap.
Look at Silver Storm. He had a brilliant broadside shot on the Nevsky, but the Nevsky said, nah.
Nah, bruh. Oh! Mayhem! Mayhem from downtown. How long was that shot, Zath? 24 and change? What a shot.
Those shots had an in-flight meal, ladies and gentlemen, as they came in and took them out. Brilliant shot.
What a shot. What a shot from Mr. Mayhem's Montana. Puts MEMES up a ship now, as they're going to bag. See, they're going to trade caps here. 6.5 minutes to play. The team's basically in a dead heat, tied at 474 points.
Yep.
AR is going to tick out to a small lead before MEMES picks up that cap over at B, and there it is. Oh, and another kill.
Danham goes down. He took a gearing torpedo and then follow up from the Yoshino killed him.
Oh, that's a big kill, Zath. AR now on a 2-ship lead again.
It is, and I was just going to comment how if that gearing had stayed at sea, it would have slowed down the advance of Mr. Mayhem's Montana. Might have kept that Nevsky alive. But anyways, Mayhem getting the cap and coming around the back. You can see now Skid Row and Hyperion both hitting full W saying, I want none of this.
They can't stay there anymore. Mayhem living up to his name.
But look at Skid Row, though. He came out right in front of the Kremlin.
Well, who's not even looking at him? Who just took a shot? Who just took a shot at Queen Anne's Revenge? I feel like Silverstorm has kind of had tunnel vision this game, Zath. Do you feel that way?
Yes.
It feels that way to me.
Yes.
It feels like he's had one target and he's like, that's my target. And he has not really been looking for these, what could have been hugely impactful alternate shots, for lack of a better way to put it.
And I'm sure his team is now screaming at him to shoot this Des Moines.
Well,
and
he just did.
But he slowed down, and look at the torpedoes.
Well, he's gonna dodge the first salvo, but the second salvo is gonna land too, which might end his game because the Yamato hit him pretty hard a minute ago. Not enough, but there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
One tick of flooding, ladies and gentlemen.
Skid Row down to 222 HP, but he's still on the board. The Yoshino claims the gearing finally. It's a 4-ship lead now for AR. Only the Nevsky and Mayhem's Montana survive. Wow, what a bloodbath.
Oh, my God. What a bloodbath indeed. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, King of the Sea.
Memes desperately needed this game, and it looked for a time like they might have clawed their way back into it because of Mr. Mayhem's push and that shot on the Nevsky. But the next 2 minutes, everything coming up AR, and I don't think Memes has got the firepower now, Zath. I just don't see it.
I would agree. I would completely agree. So at this point, what needs to happen for Memes is they have to essentially do a meme push. They both have to shove themselves into B and just hope that they can make something work. And Karn, you can see, is going in the middle. That's a little early for that radar. That'll detect the Salem. And you can see Mr. Mayhem going for the northern part. They're going to try to get into B at the same time.
They can see the gearing. They can see the sail. In fact, they can see everybody now. They know where everybody is but the Yoshino and Queen Anne. And they see Queen Anne because Queen Anne just fired. Actually, no. Queen Anne got that shot for free, Zath. Yikes.
He did.
Yikes.
Oh, radar picking up David's gearing. That's an oof right there.
Yeah.
And the Montana also...
12-kilometer radar. It's a question of whether or not he's still lit when Mr. Mayhem comes around the corner, and he isn't. He isn't.
Nope. Woof, that would have been catastrophic.
Up over 800 points, 3 minutes to play for AR. Memes trying to find a way back in. Oh, shots going out on Skid Row. This might be it. No.
Nope. Blind shots.
Their guess is they're blind shots. They can't see him. Yeah, they're having to guess. Oh, Mr. Mayhem. Mr. Mayhem turns in, and he just takes half his surviving HP from the Yamato off to his right flank that he knows is there, but he can't see.
And he needs to go. He can't afford to not turn into B.
No, and he's going to take
these gearing torpedoes.
He's going to take at least 2 of these gearing torpedoes right in the bow.
Right on the tip.
Just brutal. Just the tip, Zath?
Just the tip. Now, if Mayhem goes down, you'll see another feature of the Transformers content, which is you'll see the spark from that Transformer fly up into space. But I don't think he's going to go down here.
Nevsky goes down as Mr. Mayhem, the last surviving member of the Memes team, trying to do a little bit of justice here. His secondary's now going chugging away at Skid Row. That could be it. It is. He gets him. The secondary kill. But look at these gearing torps coming into starboard, Zath.
Yep, and just about here, you're going to see possibly that spark go up. Look for it carefully.
No time.
Doesn't happen.
No time as AR holds fast, wins the game. They'll be moving on to day 3. It was a close run thing for Memes, but they're not quite able to pull it off. They needed this win. They didn't get it, and their King of the Sea is now over.
And now their watch has ended.
And now their watch has ended. Good game to both teams, but AR claims the victory.
That's right. That's right.
There it was. Day 1 in the books, Seth.